Hello and welcome to Mad About Sports. And today we're going to be talking about the World Cup and we're going to be talking about the Argentina versus Saudi Arabia game. What a big game that was, and it's one of the biggest results of the World Cup so far. It was about when is the Asian team's going to arrive in the World Cup, and Saudi Arabia has well and truly arrived, and the World Cup has gotten going. It's one of the biggest results of the day, and it is possibly one of the biggest results of this year's World Cup. What a game it was by the Saudi Arabian team. They played with passion, they played with heart, they played with intensity, and they tactically outclassed the Argentinians in a 2-1 victory, which no one saw coming. Argentina were on a 36 game unbeaten streak. They lost the last game in 2019 Copa America semi final against Brazil. But since then, they had never lost a game and they were about to even defeat that Italian all time record. But then Saudi Arabia put brakes onto it, and Argentina have gotten off to a horror start, which they possibly could have never imagined. Now, let's talk about the game, right? That's what we all are here for. And what is the major reason behind it? Let's talk about the coach, Hervé Renard. What a tactical masterclass from Hervé Renard, because it was his tactical brilliance which really took Saudi Arabia. Remember, Saudi never backed down throughout the course of the game. They played with a high line of defense and they just kept going. The intensity was right there. If you look at the overall stats of the game, you can see the ball possession was with Argentina. They had a better XD. They had many shots on target as well. But does stats always tell you a story? No, it doesn't. Because if you have watched the game, you know that Argentina were outclassed tactically. They kept a high line of defense. They set up offside traps and also pressing Argentinian midfield throughout and not giving Argentina any space to attack or break the lines. One of the best things today which happened was them going ahead and playing out that offside trap as well. Now, what was it after they scored that two goals? The two goals came after the halftime when they were 1-0 down. Messi got into the scoring sheet in the 10th minute. And in that very first half, you saw that Argentina has scored three goals which were disallowed. It was mainly because of the offside trap they had set. Once they got off the two goals which lead which they got from al-shehri and al-dawsari, you knew that Saudi Arabia were in the controller's seat and they did not give any opportunity for Argentina to break the lines. Look at the defensive actions today, right? The defensive actions in the Saudi Arabian half was top notch, especially in the way in which they were putting in that show, pressing the Argentinian midfield, not giving any space whatsoever, and tactical fouls as well, won by Saudi Arabia in many occasions. One can definitely say the organization of the Saudi Arabian team was top notch today. They did not let Argentina to get going. If you talk from an Argentinian perspective, you can definitely say it was not the best game, and you have to give it to Al Owaisi. What a game did he have between the sticks! Man of the match performance, had some crucial saves today, and he was definitely the leader from the back as well. If you have to just talk about the way in which it was completely played out. Now, what is it about the XG? Once again, we did mention that Argentina were more attacking in terms of the way in which they played. Argentina definitely had the better chance creations. If you talk in the first half, that's when Argentina were well and on. But after the first half, you know that it was not a performance which you can expect from Argentina. You can always know that they were missing out someone like a Lo Celso, who was a big miss at the start of the World Cup. He was a big miss, and remember, Lo Celso was the leading assist maker for Argentina during the course of the World Cup qualifiers as well, where he had 6 assists. But what has the Argentinians missing now? Today they played Papu Gomez to start off with in the midfield. They went in with a very different approach. They went in with a 4-2-3-1 to start off with in the formation, something which you have not. Something which Argentina hasn't been doing in the recent past. Argentina has been very good in playing that 4-3-3, where you have a Paredes playing out as a number 6. Then you had Lo Celso and Rodrigo de Paul as box-to-box midfielders. Was there a possibility to play someone like Alexis McAllister, who's been in very good form with Brighton or Albion? Possible, something which Lionel Scaloni will definitely introspect at the end of the day. He's definitely going to look at it and improve from here on. Argentina will be playing Mexico next week. Definitely must win every game is a must win for Argentinians. And maybe Argentina will try to take a leaf out of their campaign in 1990, where they lost the opening game to Cameroon and went on to play the World Cup final, and maybe take a leaf out of the Spanish national team as well, where they went on to lose the first game and went on to the World Cup in 2010. So these are certain things which Argentina will definitely look for positives. And also Leo Messi did come out stating that we will be coming back pretty strong, but it just looked like the momentum was a factor which kept Saudi Arabia going. And that's going to be the thing which really impact Argentina's performance. Now, if you look at the ways in which Argentina really attacked Argentina, you could see the red marks are for Argentina. They had better impact in terms of the way in which the attacking threats they had. They were getting into the final third, especially if you look at the first half. You could see Saudi Arabia had also attacked considerably in the first half, but Argentina have really dominated. But if you look at that space between minutes 48 to 55, that's when the huge lump where Saudi Arabia attacked. They were pressing the Argentinian defense. You could say Argentinian defense was caught sleeping for a minute, and especially Christian Romero had a poor game out there. He couldn't definitely control the pace. He was pressed hard. There was another possibility, maybe something which Argentina will definitely think about is also going in with someone like Alessandro Martinez in the next game. He's been in top form with United. He's been a player in form. His technical ability is pretty good as well. Now, what does this stat say? This is a very important stat, a very important heat map over here. Look at both the goals from which Saudi Arabia have scored. Both they've gone wider, and they have absolutely given width and dragged the Argentinian defense. Something which Cristian Romero could not do. Cristian Romero started on the right hand side today for Argentina, and he was caught napping on a couple of occasions. And especially when the first goal came, it was a brilliant start off by Saudi Arabian team. Straight after the first half, they showed the intensity, they showed the urge to go out there and attack. And you can also say the momentum shift, the frustration which Argentinians had, where their three goals were disallowed, also came into picture in today's game. And the way in which they drifted the Argentinian defense wide and to take shots from there. And the second goal was one of the best goals you could say of the tournament so far. The way in which they got into the box, they were looking much more threatening when they got in the box. And there were also possibilities right after the second goal where they could have possibly scored the third as well. Argentinian defense will be certainly a factor which they will have to now look into. Now, going in with the Tagliafico or Acuna is another thing, because Tagliafico did not really give a lot more attacking threat on the left hand side as well. Acuna, in whatever games he has gotten, had looked more impressive since he came on to the pitch as well today. He was the one who was trying to pin in a lot more balls inside the box. He did look a lot more threatening than Tagliafico. And also talking about Christian Romero, was he carrying an injury? It's still speculating times at this point. So will Lionel Scaloni go in with someone like a Lisandro Martinez? It is a possibility which Argentina might try in the next game. But let's look at Argentina's shape, right? It's something which is notable. If you notice carefully in this shape, you can understand that there's a clear scattering, which is so unlike the Argentinian build-up phase which you have seen in recent past. Now, if you look at the recent past, especially in the last 12 to 21 months, what Argentinian shape, they've gone with more like a triangular phase in their build-up in terms of the player positioning, which you did not see in today's build-up. Today's build-up, it looked almost scattered. Their organization was all over the place. They couldn't maintain shape in the backline or in their attacking progression as well, and also in defensive transitions. Their shape was going all over the place. Now, is it a possibility for them to look into, for them not to be breaking the lines of the Saudi Arabian defense? Because was there a plan B for Scaloni as well? Remember, it's been the first ever time when Scaloni has been put under pressure, really, in a big occasion where they were one goal down, and the occasion definitely got to the Argentinian team. You can say that, but at the same time, did he have a plan B against a team who's going to play a low block? It's something which I'm pretty sure Lionel Scaloni will have to look into at the end of the day, because it is not going to be easy. Especially a lot of teams will take a note of it, and remember they're going to be coming up against a Polish team who can also surprise many teams in this World Cup. Definitely, they've got a fierce striker in Lewandowski. They've got Zelensky, who's been in very good form. He's been in very good form for Napoli as well. And when it comes to Mexico as well, it's going to be important for Argentinian team to watch today's game, especially Mexico versus Poland. Ideally for them, they will take up a draw so that table still stays in balance. So if they get the next win, they can go into number two. But to talk about Saudi Arabia, are they genuinely a dark horse in this World Cup? It does look like they're a dark horse for this World Cup, because the kind of if I would keep saying, this season they've really suspended their league a month prior to the World Cup, so all of their players could start training. They've been preparing for this World Cup after a debacle which they had in 2018. In 2018, remember, right 3 months before the start of the World Cup, the entire coaching staff was replaced, which meant their old complete system had to be changed. There were also talks about sending these players to Spanish B division teams or Spanish teams to be on loan, just to just to grasp in the atmosphere and to learn a lot of things. So the planning has been immense for the Saudi Arabian team over the last 4 years, and finally to get a result like this, one of the biggest results in their history of football, it's wonderful. So thank you for watching, guys. We'll bring more of these stats in the upcoming games, and we will keep you updated with all the results and some interesting stats as well. So follow us and subscribe to our channel on YouTube, and we will keep you entertained. I hope you like the video and share it to as many people as possible as well. Good time, all of you.